Once upon a time, nestled deep in a remote forest, there stood a tree like no other. This was the Tree of Wishes, a colossal oak with gnarled branches that reached high into the sky and roots that delved deep into the earth. Its bark glistened with a silvery sheen, and its leaves shimmered with an otherworldly luminescence, making it a sight to behold. Legend had it that the Tree of Wishes possessed the power to grant the deepest desires of those who approached it with a pure heart. However, there were rules to be followed. Wishing under the tree's branches could only be done at the stroke of midnight, and a whisper was all that was needed to have one's wish heard. Among the local villagers, there was a young girl named Alara. She had grown up hearing stories about the Tree of Wishes from her grandmother. Alara's heart was as pure as the morning dew, and her desire was simple: to bring happiness to her ailing mother. For years, Alara's mother had suffered from an incurable illness that no doctor or healer could cure. Alara's longing to see her mother smile again grew stronger with each passing day. She made a plan to visit the Tree of Wishes, despite her grandmother's warning that wishes often came with unexpected consequences. On a moonlit night, when the stars shone like diamonds in the sky, Alara set out on her journey to the heart of the forest. She carried a single, cherished candle and her mother's favorite flower. As the clock neared midnight, she found herself standing before the Tree of Wishes, its shimmering leaves casting an ethereal glow. Alara's heart raced as she whispered her wish beneath the ancient oak. "I wish for my mother to be free from her suffering and for her to find happiness once more." A gentle wind rustled the tree's leaves, and a soft voice filled the air: "Your wish shall be granted." With hope and determination, Alara returned home. The following morning, something remarkable had happened. Her mother awoke with a newfound strength and a radiant smile. The pain that had plagued her for years had vanished as if it had never existed. Alara's wish had been granted, and her mother was well again. Word of the miraculous recovery spread throughout the village, and people flocked to the Tree of Wishes, each with their own desires. As more wishes were made, the tree's leaves began to lose their shimmer, and the once silvery bark dulled. Alara, however, noticed something troubling. Her mother's newfound happiness seemed to be waning, and she often found her mother staring into the distance with a melancholic look. The consequences of her wish were becoming clear. Her mother's newfound health was at the cost of her own happiness. Determined to restore her mother's joy, Alara returned to the Tree of Wishes. She whispered her second wish: "I wish for my mother to have lasting happiness." The Tree of Wishes responded: "I can grant your wish, but it will come at a great price." Alara agreed without hesitation. Her mother's happiness was worth any sacrifice. The tree's leaves and bark, which had once dulled, now gleamed with an even more radiant light. Alara's mother's happiness was restored, and it was deeper and more profound than ever before. Alara had learned a valuable lesson about the nature of wishes. While the Tree of Wishes could grant the deepest desires, it was up to those who made the wishes to ensure they were made with wisdom and selflessness. As Alara and her mother lived their days in happiness, they cherished the lessons learned beneath the boughs of the mystical Tree of Wishes, and the forest itself seemed to echo with their joy.